Welcome back. It's the Midweek Rant out. It's all about the TV license as usual. Before I go into the comments, because it's about your comments in the comment section. Shall I say your rants in the comment section? We'll get that right one day, I suppose. But I want to say thank you to Spiky Boy, Jim Morrison, Ian Pratt, Andy Meadows. Thank you, subscribers, and also the other subscribers who I can't see who have subscribed. Anyhow, we'll get through the first one today. Shall I say one today? I'll get through the first one. That's what I meant, one today. Mate, I'll tell you what, you don't have to get random thoughts, don't you? But I'm not going to flick it or anything. I can't be bothered with any of that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Nathan 711. Bloody two-tier police on the side of Capita. Door-to-door scammers. It's not that, Nathan. It's the warrants, isn't it? It's old Bill. So old Bill go wherever they get sent to go, don't they, at the end of the day? A lot of people keep thinking it's a civil matter. It's not. You don't have to let them in. Even if police have got a warrant to search your property, you don't have to open your door until they boot the door in. But the same with the TV licensing people. You don't have to open the door to them and the police. I've looked into it a bit more. If they turn up with the police knock the door, you don't have to open the door to them. I don't think the police have got a warrant to boot your door in. They're just there for breach of the peace. So if you don't open the door to them, I think they call it obstruction, TV licensing people, and then they probably go off and get a letter sent out. I'm going to look into that. I forgot what it's called now, but apparently they get a letter sent out to you saying you can either go to court to prove your innocence or plead guilty. If you don't go to court, I suppose they chuck a fine at you and say you owe a TV license, but you don't have to open the door to them. Yeah, I've been looking into that bit. Cartman 4767. Just tell them to sling their hook. Shame the thief couldn't come on when you got your car broke into unless they have a warrant signed by the judge. They have no right to enter. Yeah, I just said that. They've got no right to enter. They do have a warrant, though, but they're there for breach of the peace. I think what you mean is it's a shame that they can't turn up when your car gets broken into, but they can be there just over a TV licence. Yeah, I get that. And I think personally now with the BBC, it's not fit for purpose, especially now with the internet. You can either log into it, register with it, and you can even deactivate it whenever you want. They're forcing something on us now. They don't need to, especially if you're on the internet. I'm surprised none of these other TV networks have challenged it yet. I know I would if I had my own TV network. I'll tell you now, for over $5 billion a year, it isn't worth it. It just isn't worth the money. Tony, you're the numbnut for talking to. Well, I'm not the numbnut, Tony. It's not me. It's just a video on YouTube what's been floating around, and I've just been trying to show advice what will happen. If you open a door to them and say no thanks, they're going to keep coming back until they get a warrant. It's as simple as that, But anyway, Tony, I'm not the numbnut. It's not me. At the moment, I've actually got a TV license, but I'm thinking about ditching it. But I've been told by people, especially the older generation, if you're going to ditch it, don't open the door to them. You're just letting trouble into your home. Well, not letting them in, but you're just letting the trouble to start for them processing to get a warrant if you cancel your TV license. Paul Bewman, mate, you need help. But anyway, we'll read you out because you're a proper jelly novelty. Bah ha ha ha. You really need to stop licking the fungus that grows on your mum. Don't you mean your mum? Right, you are is American way of saying you are. Okay? Your is in my mum, your mum. Yeah? It's affecting your minuscule testicles. I've got a big set of testicles, believe it or not. Proper ones. Where your brain is. Hopefully you'll recover and you'll pretend you're normal soon. Well, you got the you are right bit there. You are. Spot on that bit, pure Burma. But anyone who's got a minuscule mind is yourself, mate. But anyway, off your jelly. John, hi. I don't think TV license bods exist. Why? Because over the last 60 years, I have never had a visit from these non-existent bods. I have had so many letters, I could have built a decent size but flimsy shed with them. No TV license inspectors do not exist. End of. What you could have done with all those TV letters is build yourself a big, massive paper boat and then float it out to sea. Do you know what I mean? Try and spread the word out that way. But anyway, fair play to you. But what I will suggest, John, don't ever open a door to him, mate. Trust me. Tony Gunn, BBC, Jimmy Savile, Hugh Edwards, tell that. Well, I don't really want to talk about that, Tony, to be honest with you. It's a bit sickening, isn't it, yeah. But it's not just them, is it? There's like Rolf Howes, Gary Glitter. There's loads of them who've been part of the BBC system, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But I don't really want to talk about that. It's about a debate about the licence and what advice to give and what wrong advice. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. So my advice is, if someone, and you haven't got a TV licence, yeah, I don't know who you are, I'm not opening the door to you. That's it. Golden. In goes the letter again, or the little letter to say, oh, we've knocked today, there was no answer yet. Non-response, your problem, not mine. Oh, ding dong, pick up the phone. Don't say anything. Yeah, I don't know who you are. You're golden. Anyway, Tony, get back. If you're going to get back into debate, mate, talk about a TV licence and, ways around it, sort of thing. But otherwise, don't go into that degree of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Paul Wood. Things are getting worse than you think. I get a free TV licence from the government at the moment. The government wants to tax my broadband to help pay for the BBC's propaganda. Go figure. Well, we did have a little conversation with each other on YouTube, and you said you're a retiree. So if you're over 75, it wouldn't affect you anyways. But you are right. There are rumours apparently they want to put it in the broadband, or they want to put it in the council tax, and they can't because BBC isn't an essential. If your TV breaks down, it's not an essential, is it? You're still going to have to go here, go there without a TV. So at the end of the day, the BBC isn't an essential, and people need to start realising this. And so the corrupt governments on their lazy little quick tax scams of trying to get more and more money out of us for nothing, because the BBC TV is not an essential. So you can't do that. It's not an essential. You can still live without TV. You can get books. You can read books. You can... you don't need the BBC put into our taxes. Fair enough. If you're gonna tax us, then I say 14% tax. That keeps the TVs running. That also keeps all the other television networks and things like YouTube with their access to live TV whenever we want. That's fair enough. But the 86% of the licence fee, no, you don't. I wish a lot of you would go back to my video, the 14th of August, the very first one. I phoned the operator up, the TV licensee operator, Capital, or BBC, whatever you want to call them, and I challenged him good and proper. Do you know what I mean? I can't bother to mention his name anymore. I'm getting bored of it. He hasn't seemed to come out for a while, but, if you watch my videos, you'll know what I'm going on about. I can't be bothered anymore. There you go. This is one about his advice is to say no thank you and shut the door. This is sensible advice. He repeatedly says not to engage with them. The people who get the trouble are the ones who ignore them. No, they don't. That's rubbish. That's utter rubbish, Mark Elliott. I've got neighbours who have never opened the door to them, and they haven't paid for a TV licence since they've been living here. So you're talking rubbish, mate. But I'm going to show some videos, some really old YouTube videos where someone's just doing the same way you said, open the door to them and that, and then say nothing, or say, oh, do I have to oblige? And watch what happens to him. But Mark Elliott, you're talking rubbish, mate. You're probably another TV licensee goon, mate. Trust me. Jelly Novelty probably on the way. Double O, just jumping in on the online brawl with another piece of advice. The best advice is to just say no thank you and shut the door. See, this is what I mean, right? If you haven't got a TV licence, why on earth would you even open the door anyway? You wouldn't open the door, would you? Because when you don't respond to them, they're going to put a letter through the door again and say, oh, we had no response out of you today. We don't know where you are or what you're doing. It's like, well, I could be anywhere, couldn't I? I could be in the North Pole. You don't know that, so you've got no proof. Once you open the door, there's a body, there's a face to that number, to that address then, for them to now turn around and say, right, all the letters, let it sink in, all the letters you've been receiving from saying, oh, get in contact with us, we need to know if you need a TV licence or not. And then the last letters, once again, oh, we're sending out a TV inspector to investigate why you haven't responded to the letters, to then go on to see if you need a TV licence or not. Yeah. So once you open the door and say, yeah, no thanks, all those letters, they've still got those letters as information. They still have those letters as information, yeah, at the end of the day, as evidence against you. And then now you're turning a non-response to an engagement and then to a refusal. So now it's going off into a refusement investigation. So why on earth do you want to open a door to that and even risk it? It's insane. If you don't open the door to them, they don't know where you are. It's a non-response. It has to be a non-response. They can't prove anything. Seriously. I can't bother reading the rest of it because it's more, you've got about that implied to rights access thing. Yeah, you can do that, but then again, you're hiding something. So they'll keep sending the letters, and then when you've contacted them and let them know there's an implied to rights, they'll just automatically get a warrant out on you, won't they? Because you've put that implied to rights. If you don't respond to it, they don't know where you are. You know, you just play your golden game, the golden rule. You never open a door to them. Russell Jones. I always check the camera before opening the door. If I don't know you or expect you, I will ignore you. Yes, you're a bit of a dick. Well, he says he's a bit of a dick. No, you're not, mate. You're playing the golden rule. If you've got a camera, then it's a bonus, isn't it? Because you know for a fact when your deliveries are coming, you know when your friends and family are coming. So if you haven't got a TV license, you're just going to go, yeah, I don't know who you are. I'm not risking opening the door to you lot. Then fair play, Russell, mate. You're on your game. Real game, mate, tell you. Number 11. The letters are designed to, frankly, piss you off, so you make contact. They are desperate for you to contact them. Don't engage with them, well done, at all. Don't be a prat and do an NON either. You're just showing your address as live. And you're guaranteed a visit. I've been under investigation 20 odd times in 15 years. It's mass mild horse crap. Even if you're LLF, they will try to fit you up. No contact, no evidence, no prosecution. The only way you're going to get done is if you open your gob and tell them, well, yeah, and you open the door to them. So you've got it there and you haven't, you've got it there. You don't open the door to them. When they're using high pressure selling tactics at the door, bin the letters and tell them to sod off and go about your day. Well, no, you don't open the door to them. This is it again. Why do you want to open a door to somebody? Yeah? If you're not watching live TV, if you're not watching the BBC, yeah, and they're knocking on your door or ringing on your doorbell, why would you open the door to them anyway? Why would you even bother? You know, your word is your bound, isn't it? I'm not watching it. You don't need to be knocking on my door to check at the end of the day if I'm watching it or not. So I don't get this opening the door and waiting for them to even say who they are and then saying no thanks and close the door. Mate, you don't need to go near your door, trust me. There's a video I've put up anyway about it all, and I've shown what happens to people when they open doors to them. It's insane. Mr. Coxey, 38, you rather oh, there we go. This was another jelly novelty. You're rather uneducated or a total fool. I own a car and do not have a driving license. Does that make it a criminal offence as well? It's a completely different act. It's a completely different law. Where are you going with it? You absolute moron, your mobile phone can receive television and programs. Well, yeah, of course it can. If you've got enough broadband on there and you're the person at that address, it's your address, then yeah, they'll pull it on you and then you've got to go and prove your innocence in court. I mean, these people keep looking at it like it's a civil matter. It isn't. Does that make it legal to own that, you absolute tool? It has got nothing to do with the equipment, you total imbecile. It's to do if you are watching live television. Mate, I'm not the imbecile, you are, because you don't read the act. They don't care. Once they get a warrant, now come in, or you can refuse them to come in and then you'll just get the court letter sent out to you. But if they come in and they see that you have receiving equipment that can receive live TV and it can receive the BBC, you have to go to court and prove your innocence. They don't care. They'll give you that receipt. They'll throw that receipt at you and say, no, we'll be in contact later because we're going to take the matter further. So you're the moron, Mr. Coxey 38, and there's no need for you. What's with the attitude, mate, at the end of the day? I don't get what's with the attitude. You're just another little ghoul, aren't you? I was going to say another jelly novelty. Barry Miller, another Cupid stunt. You mean Cupid, C-U-Pid, not Cupid. You spell it as Cupid. Not really, mate. It's just a debate. It's friendly advice about TV licensing, you know. You know, you get some real kiddies in here, I tell you. Jelly novelties, I call them. Anyway, Media 953. He's sounding like a moppet and being done like a kipper. If in doubt, simply close your door and shut your mouth. Well, I wouldn't say he was done as a kipper. He opened his mouth, he filmed it, and he didn't give his name. He didn't give any details. The only thing he said was monitors. That means nothing. Nothing. Chili John Carney's first video says he's he opened the door to him. He says, yeah, I watch, he goes, do you watch TV or BBC? He goes, no, but I watch plenty of TV though. And it's like, mate, if you're saying that, that's going to be a warrant chucked at your address straight away. But apparently it wasn't. Apparently he knows his rights and he knows his laws, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. But anyway, mate, anyway, who cares about Chili John Cardi now anyway? So I'm more about me, about my channel now, and giving out the correct advice. If you haven't got a TV license, you don't open the door to them. It's a golden rule. You never open the door to them. 14, Andy Meadows. By paying the TV license, you're allowing them to, you know what, kids behind closed doors. I am 8 years free. I told them first to get a refund, which you must do to knocks at the door because they have to press the buzzer first, and I have live CCTV outside my door. On my door it says appointments only. All the letters line my cat litter tray. Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, if you've got a CCTV, you don't even need to acknowledge him, and I like that. You're using the letters as kitty litter. That's good, Andy. I like that, mate. I wrote to you before, but once again, it's on a level where you seem to think they're salespeople. They're not. They're there. They're informers, inspectors to get you to either have a license or they're going to have a warrant chucked at you, one or the other. And like I said, the golden rule, you don't open the door to them. Don't even acknowledge they're there. That's what I'm going to do if I cancel my TV license. That's it. Yeah, I don't know who you are today, and that's it. I don't have to open the door to you. By law, I don't have to. Even if, say, the police came not with a TV license of another crime, right, and had a search warrant to, like they say, police open up, you don't have to open your door to them. You do not have to open your door to anybody. It's your home. If you feel threatened and you don't want to open a door to somebody, you don't have to open a door to them. Even if they boot the door in, old Bill, and they say, oh, why didn't you open the door? And go, I didn't know you're old Bill. You could have been anyone. Until they give you that warrant in the hand and in your hand, in your face. You don't have to open your door to anybody. There you go. As an educational guess or an educational lesson. Ralph's house. This one, mate, this was my last comment, and he's just telling me his life story. I'll tell you in a minute, but listen to this guy. So what if it's a refusal? They don't have a case, no evidence of anything other than the fact you won't engage, and you're perfect at liberty to do that. That's what I've been saying. You don't open the door to him anyway, Ralph. But hey, it's not unlawful. If anything, appearing to choose to be a rigorous butthole on the doorstep is far more likely to see them return and annoy your neighbours. Why bother? No thank you. It's actually quicker and doesn't raise your blood pressure. It's not a job I'd want to do, but they are just doing a job, whether popular or not. I don't have a TV, so why are you even writing to me? What's the point of you even writing to me if you don't have a TV? This is what I mean about this Ralph guy. He's not making any sense. Not watched one in 35 years, and they're more than welcome to call. But I don't watch live TV broadcasts on the basis not compelled to prove anything to anyone. It's my home, my life. If they won't take my word for it, that's their problem. Likewise, when they say we need to update our database, fine, go and update their database. But that's nothing to do with me either. That's nothing to do with me neither, is it? Ralph, mate, to be honest with you, I don't really care. Yeah, you've wrote in my section about it, and you're telling me you haven't got a TV, and you haven't had a TV for 35 years. Then you're saying you've got a TV and you don't watch live TV. Mate, where are you going with it? You know, when they say we need to update, we need to go update your database, but that's nothing to do with me either, is it? To get a warrant, they need at least some evidence to secure one, not just on a whim or because you said. I didn't say anything, mate. No, thank you. Not sure where the rant aspect fits in either, mate. It's a rant. I'm ranting out about it now. What are you going on about? I'm ranting about your comments now. I've been ranting about the TV license now for 6 weeks now, 7 weeks. Yeah, mate. I think you're a bit confused, Ralph. Yeah. You've either got a TV or you haven't got a TV, or you've got a TV and you're not watching live TV in the BBC, and you want to open a door to him and say no thank you, or you just don't open the door to him, which I would do, Ralph, to be honest with you. But it's entirely up to you, Ralph. But personally, I think you're a bit lost in your writing there of thoughts, to be honest with you. Ralph, if you haven't got a TV, right, why would you even write to me? 2, why would you let them send them letters to you? And 3, why would you even let them knock your door? Why don't you just phone them up and say, I haven't got a TV? And that's it, and see what happens then. If they want to come round and inspect, then let them in, because you haven't got a TV. I mean, Ralph, mate, you seem very complicated, mate. But hey, if you want to open a door to them, like anyone else of you want to open a door to them and risk that, then crack on. Like I said, in a few days' time, I'm going to upload some old YouTube videos of somebody opening the door to them. And he's not giving his name. He's filming them, but he's not giving their name. He's not giving details. I think he lied about the warrant letter at the end of it, because they always give you a receipt. Either they're going to carry on their investigation to let you know, or it's going to be dropped right there and then. There's your receipt for proof that you don't need a license. But anyway, that's it. Once again, thank you for the new subscribers. There was a couple of jelly novelties in there. We don't want to have a decent debate. And one more thing, let's all rinse on!